So continuing with that question, Spencer, with the tritype and the instinct, the autism, the ADHD, nonverbal learning disabilities, and synesthesia, or the really highly sensitive person, what have you noticed when you're working with people in your practice?
Well, I've noticed what they accentuate. That's probably the easiest way to think of it. Eights who, for example, may already struggle with delaying gratification and impulsivity, while add ADHD, and now we struggle even more with delaying gratification. We struggle even more with impulsivity. We know the emotional reactivity, because since ADHD is such an emotional diagnosis, which a lot of people don't fully connect, since it's so right brain dominant of a diagnosis, it's very emotion centered. And it is motivated through emotion. People with ADHD, they'll actually complete a task due to the anxiety that it's finally due in an hour, right? Or something like that. And so understanding what tritype they have alongside, for instance, the ADHD, that will tend to intensify certain elements that they have in common. I often call it overlap, but my mom, I like my mom's term better with like the trifocus and things like that, because it's what when they overlap,
triple focus.
They have that thing in common. It's just like one magnifying glass, now two. So it's like a even further intensified thing. So that's really what I've noticed. And same thing with autism or whatever, like there's something that gets exaggerated even further or minimized because it either cancels out because it's the opposite or it shares that quality.
And we can, in a way, mistype ourselves or others. If we have ADHD, we can think we're a 7 because so many of the definitions of ADHD include things that we also have identified with 7. So that's really important. And with my experience with synesthesia, now, Spencer and I both have ADHD and synesthesia, so we're familiar with these. And if you don't know what synesthesia is in this context, it is that hypersensitivity. And why is that hypersensitivity an issue? Is that we can't stop it until we learn to work with it. If we hear a sound or we smell something familiar, or the crackling of the leaves in every single thing that is tied to a really happy moment or a really upsetting moment, we experience again as though it's happening now. The type that does this the most is type 4. And it's one reason that in the therapeutic settings, it isn't good for the 4 to go into that memory. It's not cathartic. It may seem like it, but it's creating a loop and ingrained structure, like on a record. The more you use a record, the more definite it becomes. So it's not good for them, just as it's not good for a 7 to make them go into it. You just tell them ahead of time, we're going to touch on these core fears and the experiences associated with them to tag it and then go right back. And I can really do that well with microexpressions, as can Spencer, because Spencer experiencing this over the years. Whatever I learned, he learned. So we can say that it'll show up differently, the synesthesia, but it's omnipresent.